Well, essentially, before the concept development workshop happens, when you've got an idea for a new study, you would fill in, they send you a template that you fill in where you essentially kind of write up a description of what your study idea is. So that's before the concept development workshop. And that gets sent to a team of expert reviewers who all have different expertise. And then you receive feedback from each of the reviewers before you even attend the concept development workshop on your initial research idea. So that's super helpful. So before you've even attended, you sort of already got feedback, and then you might think about addressing some of that feedback before you attend. On the day itself, you'll be asked to give a short presentation, again, where you're outlining your research idea. And you have the chance also to just ask the audience any questions that you have for them, or like sort of any ask for specific feedback on certain aspects that you're struggling with. And essentially, it's just a great opportunity to have a discussion with a captive audience who have a lot of really relevant and helpful expertise. I decided to submit my concept just because it was in very early stages of the study design, and I was just really keen to get some extra input and opinions and ideas, kind of hear whether people thought it was even a good idea, if it would be feasible, and just generally, I just wanted, yeah, any, the chance to get feedback from people with lots of expertise to help improve the idea and move it forward. I actually enjoyed attending the whole workshop. So it was sort of a lot more useful beyond just presenting my own work, but I really enjoyed listening to the other ideas that were presented on the day, and also the discussions and questions that were asked about those studies. I think generally I learned a lot just from sitting and listening. With regard to my own research, I found it incredibly useful. It's not often that you get to stand up in front of a room I mean, it was quite a full room of people with so much kind of varied expertise. And I got a lot of very valuable feedback, questions that really challenged me and made me think more critically, like about what I was proposing and what I was planning on doing. And yeah, I just think at the end of the day, I definitely left with a clearer vision and an improved idea to move forward with. So yeah, it was very just so helpful. Well, I would say, especially if you're at a more junior stage of your career, it's definitely nothing to be nervous about. It's a really, really friendly atmosphere, and it's really constructive, and everyone there is there literally to listen and to be helpful, and to just help you think about your study and improve it. Um, and I think before going, I got advice from someone else, which was to really take my time to think about what I was most struggling with in relation to my study and what questions I had. And so when I presented, my last slide of my presentation was my questions and what questions I actually had for the audience. And that really helped because it sort of set up the structure for the discussion about my project. And it just made sure that I left with the answers, to questions that my burning questions, basically. So that would be my advice. The main benefits have been access to an amazing network. So there were certain areas of expertise that were missing from my original team. And by connecting with PoCoG, you essentially get access to this massive, multidisciplinary network. And if there are gaps in expertise within your research team, then you'll be connected with experts who can fill those gaps. So that's amazing. So you get access to a fantastic network of researchers and academics, firstly, who will help you, improve your research idea and build it further. And I think the other key benefit for me has been assistance with recruitment and, ideas, even just ideas for where to recruit, connections with organizations to facilitate recruitment. Yeah, I think those are kind of the have been the biggest helps to me personally. But I will say that even if my study hadn't been PoCoG supported, just the whole experience was really beneficial to me, purely in terms of, improving my study idea, methodologically speaking, and also the rationale for it, and the feasibility of it. So yeah, overall, supported or not, there were many benefits for me personally.